All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Yahawah been the true name of the Heavenly Father. YAHAWASHI been the true name of His only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I also want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutation unto the elect of Yasher Allah, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And blessings and salutation unto the hopefully elect, unto the Akim out there enduring His truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and preaching His word through the spirit of YAHAWASHI in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations but are of the nation of Israel and their father's side by blood. I wanted to do a quick lesson dealing with them controlling, the weather. All right. Not in the sense of breaking down the technology, watching this brother's video, Saints of Jersey 2, he kind of went into the redacted video, how they was interviewing a guy. He was breaking it down, the capabilities of the technology that they have. I did run across an article, and you had a person justifying, oh, well, this is used for this, doom, 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 doom. That ain't you. The HARP program is not. You can't heat you would have to going into all of these variables of why it's not what it is, and storms just don't change directions. There have been articles in the past that brought up, far as weather modifications and dealing with storms and earthquakes and this is part of the prophecies. All right. This is part of the prophecies. The Lord said earthquakes in diverse places. So different places that didn't have earthquakes, things of that nature, man. At the end of the day, it's YAHAWASHI controlling all of this. Esau thinks that he is in control, right? But at the end of the day, it's the Heavenly Father that gave him the technology. It's the Heavenly Father that stirred up his spirit to do the things that he do, just as he stirred up the spirit of Cyrus that allowed us to go and rebuild the temple. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's the will of YAHAWASHI. Okay, matter of fact, I'll grab this precept real quick. This is okay, it might be 29:19. So Salakia. See deep. This Isaiah 29:15. It says, woe unto you that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? And at the end of the day, that's exactly how these people, the Esau, Edom, the higher ups, the elite, however you want to put them, the Illuminati, they've operated. All right. They have their groups, and they have groups outside of that groups and groups outside of their groups. Certain people know exactly what's going on, and some of them don't know exactly what's going on. They might be in level 1, 2, 3 in the loop, or however you want to look at it. But nonetheless, they have a plan for the world. They have a plan for the world. And ultimately, as Aaron Russo spoke of years back, they want to microchip the whole world, which is the mark of the beast. All right. Which the scriptures speak against getting. All right. Said no man may buy or sell. So there are going to be conditions and situations, okay, for them to manipulate the masses into getting that. All right. You already have people getting it voluntarily, but once they take everything, they'll have people begging for it, and that's going to be more reason for us to trust in YAHAWASHI, because their purpose is to make you completely dependable upon them. So if you completely depend upon them, hey, you'll pretty much be willing to comply with whatever they offer for peace and safety and normacy. Okay.
Unbelievable. So let's talk about Milton here. And Dane, I'll get you. I want to be respectful of your time. Milton, right? This is about to hit the weather modification here, you've seen evidence of that, the manipulation using these next rad radar systems off of Cancun to get it back on track. It looked like it was going south more towards Cancun, in that direction. You say that it was pushed back to the north, and just can you talk about that? And then also, what is the goal with Florida? Why Florida, right? I mean, at the end of the day, there's got to be a purpose for this. So why are they targeting Tampa specifically? Is there some reason that you've been able to identify, or is that not that's in the realm of speculation at this point?
It's usually, Marcel, we are careful to only state what we can back up with data. So in regard to the...
If you just look at that, they got the stadium with a bunch of cots set up. Just imagine everybody, everybody just being crammed. Not everybody, but a lot of people being crammed and jammed up in there, and they're them offering a way out of normalcy or some type of program to get you to get your life back, or however they would put it. You got to remember, we dealing with the devil. So the devil is going to come in deception. All right. He's going to come in deception, and he's going to come at the time of need as well, whether he created the problem or not. I forget the technical term for it, but it's problem, reaction, solution. So they have a problem. They see how the people react, and then they'll bring in and they'll bring in the solution, man. All right. But we in the last days. OK. So their solution is going to be to control you. Their solution is going to be to chip you. Now, am I saying this event in particular? No, I'm not saying that. But eventually, more and more events like this happening, as well as whichever event happens when they start implementing it more and more, because they already speaking about it, commercials about it, and people getting it. Certain, communities have it. All right. So it's out there, it's just a matter of time before they make it mandatory. It's a matter of time before they start offering it as a out, for lack of better words. All right. In whatever situation come about, whether it's a famine, so they offering food, whether it's disasters and they're offering shelter, whatever it is, eventually it's going to come to pass. All right. Because it's written in the scriptures.
Agendas and objectives, there are likely many, and behind closed doors, whatever is going on there for the ultimate goal is difficult to state. What we can state with certainty is these operations are real, ongoing, they're patented processes, they're affecting these storms. And Clayton, if we go one step further, we've had for decades patented technologies to suppress these storms, to stop the convection. We have products like Dynamat designed to reduce the convection and pull the moisture to the surface. At minimum, at absolute minimum, if they didn't want these storms to happen, they would not happen. And we're not stating on the...
Like that, he said, they have technology for decades. If they didn't want these storms to happen, they would not happen. Now, as I was watching this brother's video, I had mentioned that I left a comment, the new movie Twisters with the tornadoes, right? Spoiler alert. All right. Their goal was to pretty much minimize or stop a tornado before it got as bad as it could get. So not allowing it to reach its full potential for the most part. All right. And they failed, but eventually, became, through science at the end of it with better technology. All right. They was able to succeed in that plan. Okay. And if they had technology to do this 10 years ago, just imagine the technology that they have to do it now. All right. And we all know they tend to weaponize their science opposed to using it for the greater good. As one of the elder brothers told me, is like, well, here it is. They have nuclear capability, and they have two options for the most part. They can have clean energy, or they can have a nuclear bomb. And which one do they rather choose? Overall is what I'm saying. All right, they got us paying for electricity and things of that, and So it shows you where they mind at. Their blessing was the sword. All right. So they're not going to go away from their blessing. That's their blessing. That's what they were blessed with. Okay. So they're going to utilize that.
Spawning of these storms, the oceans are superheating. Nature can certainly spawn these storms, although with atmospheric pressure zone manipulation, which is absolutely ongoing. Again, for decades, this technology has existed. HARP, for example, in Alaska, many of your followers may know what that is. That's an ionosphere heater. It's a weapon of mass destruction. It's not some benign research facility. When you can transmit 3.5 million watts, 3.6 million watts into the electrically charged.
So he's explaining how the technology works, what they could, how they utilize it. Or because I ran across an article and they were saying, well, the Doppler is for this reason, and if you was to do that, you would have to emit this much electromagnetic pulses, in which the next rad can't do that, or the harp can't. You already gonna have an opposing side, and at the end of the day, if it can do it a little bit, it can do it a lot. You got to remember, you're dealing with the devil. Okay. That's why he's seek deep to hide his counsel. He's not gonna put it all out there, but he do boast and brag in the things that he do. He'll let you know his hand before he play it. In the sense of pride, like you can't stop me. I remember a Disney movie years ago, decades ago, and they had a weather controlling machine in there. All right, now you telling me, and within that machine, it was the weather was all out of whack. It was snowing in places it shouldn't have. It was, it was heat advisories in places it should be cool area. The weather was out of whack. Hence the climate control that they speak about. As well as just last week it was 74 degrees on Friday, and then, mind you, it's fall. And then it was 96 degrees the next day, and then it dropped back down to 70 something the day after that. So, the weather is all out of whack, man. Okay. Now, am I saying they're controlling every single day that happens? No, but due to the fact of them trying to play like they're the Most High, all right, and not being able to fully control it, they just, me speaking as a man, they just roll with whatever, however it come about. Let me grab this real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee." So the technologies and the wisdom and the knowledge that the Lord has given them to produce the technology, all right, it has perverted them, man. Okay. It says, "And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me." They forget that YAHAWASHI exists, and without, the Heavenly Father, nothing happens. Even the fact, like, they act like they would have been able to take us down and put us in slavery had it not been for the Lord, but let me grab this one as well. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 21. It says, "Such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness hath blinded them." They've been blinded by their own wickedness to the point where the plan that they have, they actually think is their plan, forgetting that the Heavenly Father ruleth in the minds of the kings. All right, and turneth it whether about he wanted to. So however the Lord want, whoever he set up to rule upon the earth, to bring about things, they forget that part because they've been blinded by their wickedness. So the moves that they're making, they think is their moves against the Heavenly Father, when they're actually doing the bidding of the Heavenly Father to bring judgment upon themselves and judgment upon this earth. All right. And build up our faith through the spirit of YAHAWASHI for us reading the prophecies, and then these things coming to pass. And as it says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, it maketh us bold, because it's like, oh yeah, the Lord is showing his power. He's showing that he's real. He's showing that he exists. He's showing that soon Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to be taken out of power, and our salvation will be here, and then our kingdom will be set up, joint heirs with YAHAWASHI, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. So all of this is coming to pass, you know, and it's just a matter of time. All right, because throughout what is it? Order out chaos. Order out of chaos. These type of storms bringing in and sweeping homes and cars away. All right, what about all the people that got liability or don't have weather coverage? Well, a lot of companies don't even cover floodings. So it's just a bunch of variables. Dealing with the end times, just dealing with the end times in which the times we are in, and the Lord is about to judge the daughter of Babylon, man. All right, as well as the world, So hey, with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure unto the end. And once again, I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.